Hi guys, it is that damn fool once again. The next part of the icon swaps challenges will be released today. So we've gone out and decided to show off some cheap alternatives to these icons so you guys can at least play with some of these players and understand who fits your playstyle better. We've not allocated an alternative player for all players. For example, players like Pirlo, he's not insanely quick, he's not clinical, he's not physical, and he's not defensive. However, his 90 dribbling and 91 passing that you'll be able to get and 5-star skill moves are almost impossible to replicate in a centre midfielder. There are some icon swaps that I've avoided putting an alternative for just because I don't feel like there's much need for one. For example, Guardiola. As you'll have seen through a lot of weekend league games or rivals games, a lot of people are running Guardiola and he's pretty good. So there are some players that we've just avoided just because I feel like they're completely useless, and that's fairly self-explanatory. Players like mid-tiered Okocha, Baby Schmeichel and mid-tier Ryan Giggs. These players are not the type of guys that will significantly improve your squad and become a game changer. However, the guys that we've put an alternative to will 100% be an alternative to a solid striker or a solid midfielder. The alternative players that we've selected are designed to be a little bit of a cheaper range so everyone can experiment with these players and try and fit them into their playing style and their squad without breaking the bank. Let's get down to it then. Icon Swaps Drogba offers his 89 mid-tiered card, bringing 85 pace, 80 dribbling, 90 shooting, 88 physical. Having 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, being at 6'2" and having high work rates. For Drogba, we've gone out and picked Harry Kane and Robert Lewandowski. With Lewandowski and Kane, as neither one of them are overly quick, however both of them having enough strength to emulate what is a Drogba, they are a more than suitable replacement for a Drogba to at least test out how your playstyle operates around a big man. Icon Swaps Ian Wright offers his 89 prime card, bringing 89 pace, 82 dribbling, 90 shooting and 77 physical, having 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, being at 5'9" and having medium work rates. The players that could offer a nice alternative and a little sneak peek into how Ian Wright would perform for yourself would be the likes of Jamie Vardy's Player of the Month card or Rodrigo from Valencia. Icon Swaps Hugo Sanchez offers his 89 mid-tiered card, bringing 90 pace, 88 dribbling, 88 shooting and 70 physical, having 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, operating on his left foot, being at 5'9" and having high-medium work rates. Two suggested players that would be very similar style-wise to Sanchez is Lucas and Insigne, as they both play a nice, quick style that's just designed to weave in and out of defenders. Michael Ballack's Icon Swap offers his 86 baby card, bringing 72 pace, 78 dribbling, 86 shooting, 80 defending, 86 passing and 83 physical, working with 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, landing at 6'2" with high-medium defensive work rates. If someone like Michael Ballack does tickle your fancy, there are a couple of suggested replacements to try and develop how he's going to be playing within your team before you commit into him. So players like Screamer Medel or Screamer Carvalho. Steven Gerrard's Icon Swap offers his 89 mid-tiered card, bringing 80 pace, 84 dribbling, 86 shooting, 75 defending, 88 passing and 80 physical. Having 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, standing at 6'2" with high work rates. To offer an alternative for Steven Gerrard's mid-tiered card was very difficult. The closest players I came to it was Gini Wijnaldum's in form, Saul's in form, as well as Sabitza's Screamer card. None of the suggested replacements can offer a clinical replacement for what Steven Gerrard is. However, the well-roundedness of all the players match Steven Gerrard's almost like for like. Now, whereas you've got Wijnaldum and Saul both rocking only the 80 and 81 passing, they do not get close to Steven Gerrard's 88. However, the closest player to obtain the similar stats would be Sabitza's Screamer card, as he has an identical 88 passing ability. He only has an 82 shooting, however that is the highest of the replacements. Hagi's Icon Swap card offers his 91 Prime card, bringing 83 pace, 90 dribbling, 89 shooting, 90 passing with only 65 physical, with 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his left foot, being at 5'8", with medium attackive and low defensive work rates. The player who gets closest to how Hagi plays in-game and his card stats is Marco Reus, where he has 85 pace, 87 dribbling, 88 shooting, 84 passing and 66 physical. The other alternatives that we do have is Screamer Rodriguez or Screamer Ozil if he was lucky enough to accomplish his challenges. Failing that, a cheap, very low down tiered alternative would be Ziyech for the high dribbling and the high passing ability with mediocre pace and still being clinical enough even though his stats don't show it. Nesta's Icon Swap offers his 88 baby card, having 70 pace, 90 defending and 85 physical, having 2-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, standing at 6'2", being medium-high defensive work rates. Top-tiered Icon centre-backs tend to boast a higher defensive ability than playing centre-backs do currently, so it made it a little bit difficult to find these. However, we did come up with a solution of Koulibaly and Skriniar as the alternative suggestions, with all of them being around the same height of 6'2", with Koulibaly having similar pace, similar defensive ability and slightly higher physical ability than Nesta. He makes him the most ideal alternative to try out. Rio Ferdinand's Icon Swap card offers his 85 baby card, bringing 84 pace, 84 defending and 83 physical, having 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, standing at 6'2" with medium work rates, with the suggested alternatives being Hernandez or Militao. Both of them have an overpowered sense of pace, whilst neither of them are overseeing him in physical or defensive ability, but both being well enough to deal with the job themselves. The ideal suggested alternative would be Hernandez, as he has the same weak foot, very similar pace, very similar defensive ability, and very similar physical ability. Patrick Kluivert's Icon Swap offers his 86 baby card, having 87 pace, 81 dribbling, 83 shooting, and 76 physical, having 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, being at 6'2", with high attackive work rates and low defensive work rates. The players that offer a very similar playing style for this one would be Memphis Depay, Thuram or even Lacazette. For Memphis and Thuram, they both have a very similar pace stat as well as a dribbling ability and even their physicality to what Kluivert has, whereas Lacazette himself is a little bit slower but he is significantly more technical in his dribbling ability than what Kluivert is. Hernan Crespo's Icon Swap card offers his 85 baby card, bringing 86 pace, 84 dribbling, 86 shooting, 70 physical, having 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, being at 6 feet tall, and having medium work rates. Suggested alternatives would be Ben Yedder or Smolov, or even Inform Martinez from Inter Milan. Martinez is the best alternative player as he boasts similar pace, dribbling and in-game shooting ability. One downside is he does have a significantly higher strength and aggression stat than what Crespo has. Uchoengo's Icon Swap card offers his 87 baby card, having 90 pace, 89 dribbling, 86 shooting and only 64 physical, having 3-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, operating on his right foot, being at 5'6" and having medium work rates. The closest players that offer a very similar playing style to Buchoengo would be Insigne and Jesus, as neither one of them surpasses him insanely by their dribbling capability or with their physicality. That's it for this video, so as always I'd like to thank you for supporting the channel, and as always, bye bye!